ties in with the topic that we were discussing earlier of parents projecting their beliefs or traumas onto the kids, right? Passing it on to the kids. Like, how do you deal with that? How do you ensure that that doesn't happen? Because some form of sharing experiences is one thing, but then passing down trauma is a completely different thing. And we've been hearing about this quite a lot recently.
Yeah.
What is the whole thing about?
So trauma also, it's another word that is misused so much nowadays, and it's and
everybody is depressed, everybody is traumatized.
Yeah, and I wasn't even aware of this word when I was a child, but nowadays you see teenagers saying, I'm traumatized. This is my trauma. But so a lot of times what happens is because we hold on to so much from our experiences as children, that we very subconsciously end up projecting it onto our children as well. So mealtime is a very good example. And this is one of the most common issues parents face today, is that my child is not eating enough. And how is it possible that out of 100 children, 90 children are not eating enough and 90 children are troubling the parents to eat? Eating, which is such a basic life skill. Like, you need to eat to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And why are children troubling the parents to eat when it is something they should be doing for themselves? Like putting food into their, even like, let's say as a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, putting food into is a need. It's a need.
Yeah.
But children are troubling the parents. That is also because, what happens is parents around meal times, they get so anxious and worried that, is my child going to eat the right thing? Is he going to eat healthy? Is he going to eat enough? And because it is such a basic necessity for life, this is something we carry over generations and generations. That food is life. We carry it over generations. And because it is so closely connected to us, we tend to put a lot of projections around mealtime. Like, it becomes very heavy. Meal times become very heavy. It comes with a lot of fear. It comes with a lot of anxiety. It comes with a lot of worry. And when we bring that to the table, our children sense it. And when our children start sensing that worry, anxiety, they start feeling that I'm eating this food for my mother. I'm not eating it to fill my stomach or because I am hungry. And then a lot of disassociation or a lot of negative association with food starts. And then children start becoming picky eaters. They start associating food as, something negative. Mm-hmm. They start, they don't like meal times anymore. Whereas food should be something, it should be joyous. It should be a joyous feeling that, I'm hungry and now I'm filling my stomach with it. So that's one of the biggest projections we put on to our kids. And similarly, in everyday life also, we have other, our insecurities. One of the things is our need for competition. Mm-hmm. Because we grew up in a competitive world and, getting the best marks or being the limelight was something to strive for. And now in that process, we are teaching our children so much, so fast, because we want, we have school, we have extra classes. I want my child to learn phonetics also. I want my child to learn an instrument also. I want my child to learn a sport also. I want my child to do this also. These are all like filled with our insecurities. Now the important thing is to start asking why. Why do I want my child to learn football? Why do I want my child to learn phonetics? What is it? Is it because, I satisfy some need for myself? Because, I feel good seeing my child thrive in so many, or is it for my child? Where is it coming from? Is it coming from a place of fear, or is it coming from a place of love? We must always question that. We feel that just because we love our children, we are doing everything from a place of love, but that's not true. We are doing so many things from a place of fear.
And that happens subconsciously.
And that happens so subconsciously. So the best way is the only solution to this is to become conscious. That's the only solution. The moment you start becoming conscious as a human being, the moment you start becoming more present, the more aware, I tend to do that so many times. I tend to project my insecurities onto my child a lot of times. So even though I'm aware of it, and even though I'm, studying about it, even though I have gone so deep into this work, but I still tend to do it. But every time I do it, if it's enough, if I just remind myself, no, this has nothing to do with my child. It is to do with me. Then next time I can do it a little less. And next time I can do it a little less. And I can, reduce the number of things that I'm doing. So the only solution to this is to become more conscious about our actions and also keep questioning why. Like Simon Sinek says, just why? What is your why?
Yeah. I think that was a wonderful conversation. We've probably touched 2 hours and we pretty much touched everything in detail. I feel like, is there anything you would like to add towards the end? Is there anything missing or take-home message or something like that?
I think the last thing I would say was the first thing we started with is that we cannot be perfect. We cannot be perfect human beings. We cannot be perfect parents. And we should not put that on us as well. We should not strive to become perfect parents. We should just strive to do the best that we can do. And we are going to mess up. We are going to end up doing a lot of things that, we felt were not right, or we should have done it in any other way. And it's absolutely okay. It's absolutely okay to, mess things up. But what is more important is that we repair with our children every time we mess things up. So when we repair, we change the experience that our child takes away from that situation. So there are times that I lose it on my child and I shout at him. But if the next day I can go and talk to him about it and I can apologize and I can tell him, I'm sorry. And repair also, not that, you were being difficult, so I ended up shouting at you. No, I had a difficult day. Hence, I ended up shouting at you.
The child is expected to be difficult, right?
Yeah, the child is expected to be difficult. And if I'm apologizing for something, if I'm repairing, then I take complete accountability of it. I'm accountable for it. Then I'm changing the experience the child takes away from it. His story 10 years later will not be that, oh, this happened and my mom came and blasted me. His story will be, oh, this happened and my mom blasted me and, she realized it was her mistake and then she cuddled me and she read me a nice story.
It's a sweet memory.
Yeah, it turns into a sweet memory. So it's not trauma anymore.
True.
It's not trauma anymore. And then the other thing is you are teaching him to do the same thing in his relationships. Take accountability and repair.